Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening and or good night, wherever you are tuning in the world. Thank you so much for joining here. Abstract Medicine with me. We have another reading for you all. It's going to be another pick a pile, and it's all going to be about, are you moving in the right direction, or are you on the right direction? Are you on the right path? We're going to be using some cards, some tarot, some oracle cards, some dice as well. And I'm going to be using my intuition as always, along with my clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience and claircognizant abilities as well. And as you know, I also always look at the birds and the bird movements. I scry and use that as a divination tool as well. So let's get started and let's have a look at your pile. Okay, so usually I ask for you to all just take a moment to pause and meditate over your pile. This one is going to be pile 1 with a carrot in yellow. This one is going to be pile 2 with the boat in blue. And this one is going to be pile 3 with the ear in red. Meditate over your pile, otherwise have a look in all of the piles and gauge which one resonates with you the most at the very end of all of the piles, or just select one. I'll see you at your reading. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So for those of you who chose the yellow carrot die, then this is going to be your pile. Just know that this is a general reading, so all of the messages may not necessarily resonate with you completely, but if you would like a private reading with me, you know you can book directly on the website with all of the information in the description below. Are you on the right path, pile 1? Are you on the right path, pile 1? We're going to be using the tarot to start. So pile 1, please Spirit. Is pile 1 on the right path, please Spirit? Thank you so much. Just shuffling the cards for you first of all, and seeing if I can get any information outside of the cards through my divination. Please make sure to have a look at the April predictions as well, and let me know how those resonate for you too. I'm still getting used to the format in this way, you know, showing my face a little bit more, so just please bear with me. Okay, this card wants to come through. So is pile 1 on the right path? So we have the 2 of Wands here, as you can see. There you go. 2 of Wands. I feel that you have recently made an important choice or a decision to move ahead or move forward towards something. So I feel like maybe you felt like you weren't on the right path, and now I feel like you are, pile 1. Okay. Just keeping an eye on the time as well. Okay, pile 1. I just heard, have you bitten more than you can chew? That's what I just heard. So for you, pile 1, you may have felt like you overdid it on something. I don't know what that is necessarily, but we'll see if there's more information about that in your reading. Have you bitten more than you can chew? You may have undertaken an enterprise recently, pile 1, where you may have felt like you didn't realise actually how much work it entailed, or yeah, I don't think you realised, or maybe you weren't notified or you weren't told by your boss, your peers, your colleagues how much work it actually really entailed. This could also be maybe having children or a new relationship or a place of work, a new job, a new project. That's what I'm picking up on in particular. So the other cards that came through is the Justice card. Let me just pull these cards out so I can get more information. So we have another major arcana. We have 2 major arcanas here with the Justice card and the Judgment card. Is pile 1 on the right path? We have the King of Pentacles. Let me get another card for you. Pile 1. Libra energy for you possibly might be important. Okay, so a lot of you, as I'm shuffling, I'm also sensing the energy as well, the messages. So pole 1, a lot of you may have been not on the right path, or maybe have not been in the right relationship that was for your betterment, I'm hearing. And you may have had a wake-up call recently, or a second chance to actually correct your life. Now, this is a very general reading, as you know, and so far the messages are quite vague, but I'm seeing that some of you may have actually had an accident or something where you may have been sick or with an illness or something like that, and you may have been really close to death, I'm hearing, pile 1, and Spirit had shown you something that, I don't know how else to say this, but other than you've reaped your karma in one way or another, and your dharma is coming through. Your rewards and blessings are coming through for you because you've actually recognized that the path that you were on previously was not the right path for you, and you had reaped what you had sown. So whatever labor that entailed in your past, the fruits have been sown from that labor. So you've learnt your lessons, and I feel like they were very difficult lessons for you, pole 1. I'm blinking and I'm squinting because it's quite bright this morning as I'm doing a reading. I'm looking down at the cards as well. I'm also looking around the window as well to see if there's any other messages coming through. As you may know, for those of you who are new to the channel, I scry through the information and messages from the birds and from the insects and activity outside. So I feel that, yes, I feel like a lot of you have learnt your lessons, pile 1, and I think that a lot of you were not on the right path before. I feel like you are on the right path now, but I feel like it may have been a really difficult situation. Some of you may have gone through legal situations, a legal battle, divorce. I feel like now you're on top. I feel like maybe you gave your energy to the wrong people. Maybe you had people who were really all about your money and not their own responsibility, pile 1. I feel like a lot of you were giving your money away to the wrong people and your energy away to the wrong circumstances and the wrong people, I'm hearing, pile 1. This was in your past. Knight of Wands, I do feel like now, because you've taken action towards your desires, I feel like you are really excited about your new future. And as we started the energy with the 2 of Wands, I feel like this is a path that you have chosen that is going to be the right path for you. And I feel like you are very much, you're really excited about this new phase in your life. You're really excited about this new lease of life. You're really excited about this new healthy direction, I'm hearing. And I feel like you're just going to be really, you're feeling really inspired, and I feel like you're really excited about this new change in your life. A lot of you could be moving, or maybe even moving abroad, or maybe even taking a sabbatical and taking a year off as well. I feel like this is going to help you to have a new lease of life and just an energy of excitement. A card just fell, so I'm just going to pick that up for you. And the card was the Knight of Cups. So you're definitely moving towards something that you love and that you're feeling really dreamy about. You may also be so the energy that I was picking up on before was this energy of like stagnation. And I think because you were on the wrong path before, pile 1, I feel like you may have become sick because of it. Like your energy was kind of stultified or stagnant, I'm hearing. And now you're like, I can't wait. Life is amazing. I can't wait to do this, that. I have a bucket list of things to do. And I feel like now you're just really in awe of life, I'm hearing. You're really excited about life, and you're really excited to communicate, to move things forward. Maybe before you used to be worried about what you used to say or what people used to think about what you used to say. Massive crow there that's just flown in, so the messages are true to you, I'm hearing. So I also see that now you just don't really care. It's kind of 0 Fs, no BS. You're moving forward. You're living your life in authenticity. And here with these 2 cards, we have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords here. So we have this energy of immense movement, moving forward, excitement. Things are coming in quick and fast. You're excited about life. You're excited about your love life as well. For some of you, Pile 1, there's this energy of just like maybe a little bit of naivety, maybe a little bit of you're just really excited, and I get this energy that you're really driven and you're really ambitious, and you're really ambitious to succeed. There's the energy of naivety, Pile 1, because the Knight of Cups can be quite a naive energy, but I feel like you're ready to fall in love again. For those of you who've been in a really bad toxic relationship, a really bad marriage, it brought you into this level of insanity, I'm hearing. I feel like for you, Pile 1, there's this feeling of look at all of these knights. There's this feeling of just movement now after stagnation. Beautiful energy. Some of you may have been concerned about having a child. For those of you who are masculine energies, Pile 1, you could have been a little bit confused about having children here with the King of Pentacles. We have this energy of someone who could be wanting to be a father, but you've been unsure about it because you've been healing father wounds or childhood wounds with relation to your father or a father figure, or just a parent who was very predominant in your life. And I feel like it's got something to do with consistency and reliability. I feel like maybe you lived a life where you may have had some abandonment issues, and that's why you attracted certain relationships that just weren't fulfilling for you, and didn't actually help you grow, I'm hearing. This could also be platonically, it doesn't have to be necessarily romantically. I feel like with you're biting more than what you can chew. I actually feel like you are ready to have children, or for those of you who've had children before, I feel like you're ready to have children again. And I feel like it's going to be a different turnaround, because you may be in your older years, with the King of Pentacles can talk about someone who's above the age of 40, so it requires a lot more energy from you. But I feel like you're going to be entering into a partnership that is actually going to be supportive. So maybe before in your last partnership, your partner wasn't so balanced and equally giving in the relationship with the Justice card and the Judgment card. I feel like maybe in your past you may have bitten more than what you could chew. I also get the sense that for some of you in your past, Pile 1, you were in a connection, in a relationship, in a partnership where the other person wasn't giving energetically, wasn't giving financially, wasn't giving even embraces or hugs or affection. And I feel like for you, Pile 1, you are someone who, even if you don't necessarily say that you love someone, you're very affectionate and you like to give through cooking foods, through hugs, through embraces, through acts of kindness. And I feel like you were with someone who was not so kind and was actually quite deceptive and had withdrawn that energy from you after the marriage. So I feel like you realized as soon as you were married to this person or in a long-standing connection, or if there were children involved. With the Knight energies, we have potentially 3 teenagers. You may have teenagers now or pre-teens, where 2 to 3 pre-teens, where you're realizing that you were actually maybe the only parent here in this connection, even though you were in a partnership. So in that energy, you are biting more than you can chew. There's a lot of energy that was taken from you. But now as we move into your future, I feel like there's excitement, there's love in the air for you. There's that feeling of romance. There's a feeling of passionate desire and affection. There's a feeling of great communication as well. There's you fast approaching your future and your destiny, because I feel like for some of you, Pile 1, you feel like time is of the essence. I feel like time is really important to you and your life is really important to you, and time is of the essence. So you're kind of like making up for lost time, I'm hearing, Pile 1. Now with the Hermit card, we also have the Ace of Cups and we also have the Four of Wands. So I'm seeing here that you may have been single for quite some time, or you may have had to take some time out from the world in order to be quiet, be in silence, pile one. And also just, you know, for those of you who've been worried and who've been concerned and have been dealing with abandonment issues that, you know, were related to your childhood somehow, or maybe you were feeling abandoned in a connection or in a relationship, or maybe if you have been in a separation with someone that you really do care about and love, with the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups, I do feel like there's going to be a resurgence in this connection, particularly with the Judgment and the Ace of Cups. I feel like there's going to be a resurgence in the connection. I feel like there's going to be a reconciliation, a reconnection, a rebirth, a new lease of life in the relationship, and a reconnection with someone that you've been in separation from. I feel like you've had to take a lot of time inwards, a lot of time to withdraw from the world, potentially, to just really focus on your finances and focus on your work and your career. But you have been dreaming about someone here with the Seven of Cups. You've been dreaming, you've been thinking, you've been imagining, you've been maybe even potentially even nostalgic. You've been thinking about how to find new ways of proposing as well, find new ways of communicating, find new ways of approaching love in general. And I feel like you're entering a completely new cycle and a new chapter in your life, pile one. I feel like a lot of you are wanting to get married or wanting to get married again with the Four of Wands. This also talks about moving in with somebody, or maybe an invitation to invite someone to move in with you, pile one. Now let's have a look at the question again. So are you on the right path? I feel like you are now. I don't feel like you were before, to be perfectly honest with you, but I feel like you were now. And I feel like maybe you made the wrong decision before because you were just being led by your desires, your passions, your physical energies, and I feel like that action was kind of a misaction. I feel like you were with someone who was very manipulative, pile one, to be honest with you, in your past. And I feel like this energy of the carrot and the association with rabbits as well, I feel like there's an energy of spring, and I feel like there is a lot of passion and desires as well for you, pile one. I do feel like you're now going to be moving on to the right path, in the right direction, after loss and separation. And again, the Five of Pentacles does talk about an illness or a sickness here. So I feel like you've been healing a sickness, pile one. I feel like you've been dealing with an ailment, maybe even a heartbreak, or, you know, a health concern, maybe even financial concerns or constraints or losses here. But I do see that you are on the right path, pile one. Let's have a look at the crystal ball. I haven't used the crystal ball on the channel for a while, but let's have a look and see if there's any other messages for you, pile one, in the crystal ball. Messages for pile one. Are they on the right path, pile one? Show me if pile one is on the right path. Okay. I see a woman here whose profile is, I see a woman's profile and I see a very long neck. I also see a lot of creativity around their mind, around their headspace, which would be quite in keeping with the Seven of Cups energy. You could be dreaming of a female, particularly a woman who may be dark skin or darker complexion than you. And this person may have turned their back from you. I feel like you're sort of wanting to fast approach towards them, or, you know, have them return into your life one way or another. What else, pile one? Are you on the right direction? I mean, yes, the answer is yes, you are on the right direction, but we're going to see if there's any more messages here in the crystal ball. Number 6 could also be significant. So the month of June or the 6th of April could be significant. Okay, so I'm also seeing a cat's skull, pile one. So a cat's skull could be significant. There could be... Oh, I see. So the cat can be a bit of a trickster energy. So the shadow aspect of the cat is an animal that signifies falsity, fallacy, bad intentions, the enemy as well. So I feel like there's an ending and a death of the enemy, the death of fake news. I'm hearing fake information, fake people and gossip as well. Bad intentions, those people are ending in your life. They're no longer going to be in your new chapter for you. And I think you had to learn it the hard way. Pile 1. I am seeing a lot of bird activity. I'm seeing flight travel as well for those of you who are at a distance from someone. I am seeing that. I'm also seeing the symbol of the butterfly. So I feel like you have been going through a transformative time, and I feel like you're ready to have your wings spread and fly. And I feel like, you know, maybe you've been hiding from the world and you've been in cocoon stage. You know, the Virgo energy of the hermit can talk about the winter months and can talk about maybe something that you've been healing over the winter months or over the winter period, where you've been looking, reflecting, and concerning yourself over your past mistakes, possibly. I feel like there could be an element of guilt here or shame, but I feel like you've risen above the ashes, I'm hearing, and I feel like you've been dealing with that over the winter months, or, you know, you've been in your winter of your years almost, or you felt like you didn't, you know, like love and romantic love was for the younger generation, for younger people, I'm hearing, but actually you have the right to love and you have the right to have romantic connections. And I feel like you're realizing that actually there's no age or age restriction for romantic relationships. Obviously over the age of 16. Okay, so pole 1, what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a square and I'm also seeing a pyramid. There could be a connection. I'm also seeing a seagull here. There could be a connection with Egypt, that maybe you'll be visiting a pyramid, or a pyramid around the world, can include Mexico as well, where that could be significant for you, a trip to a sacred site. And I'm also seeing this square. So I feel like you maybe are relaxing your way of thinking, I'm hearing, pensamento. Maybe if you were rigid in the past, I feel like you're becoming a bit more flexible. Pile 1. I feel like that's it from the crystal ball. Let's have a look at the Good Tarot for you by Colette Baron Reid. Is pile 1 on the right path? What other messages are there for pile 1, please, Spirit? For pile 1. If you are resonating with this video, please do press the like button below. It's free of charge and it really helps the channel, and also lets me know that you appreciate these videos and you want more of them. Queen of Fire. So we have this energy of desire, this energy of charm, this energy of action as well. The Queen of Fire is really very attractive, very beautiful. She stands and sits proudly with a high gaze towards her future. She's very well acknowledged in her career. This could also be someone who is an artist, a creative of some sort. We also have this energy of this flame, so we could be talking about potentially a high level soulmate. So there's this female here, maybe a woman or a feminine energy, who is holding a flame for you, pile 1. So I feel like that's the energy of the person that you're running towards. Sagittarius, maybe in their chart, or Leo or Aries in particular. Virgo, Libra, important in this reading as well. We have the 9 of Fire. Okay, so you have been working hard towards something, almost to the point of burnout for you, pile 1. I do see that you are going to be ending a cycle of overworking and biting more than you can chew. I feel like there's also the energy of delegation that is coming in through Spirit to tell you that it's important to delegate and to ask for help and to share your load as well with other people, so that you don't get too overwhelmed, pile 1. Let me just move these other cards out of the way. I do feel like you're moving into a cycle of new energy, and that's what you've been wanting for quite some time. We have the 10 of air. So I do feel like you have been going through really difficult times, Pile 1. I feel like you've been, you know, crying to the moon, I'm hearing. I feel like you've been crying at night. You've been crying alone. Not many people know about your situation, in your personal situation, your personal circumstance, Pile 1. But I do see that you've been howling at the moon, I'm hearing, and just asking and desiring for a transformation in your life. And Spirit has heard your calls. Don't ever feel like your calls have been left unread or unnoticed by Spirit, by the universe. I also do feel like that there are many things that have been left unsaid with someone, and I feel like you're wanting to correct this situation and actually come in and communicate and level things out and balance things out in this situation, because it's been time, and I feel again time is of the essence for you. I do feel like you have been met with people who've been cheating on you, who've been betraying your trust in one way or another, and it's been incredibly heartbreaking for you. But I do feel like you are letting go of these energies, and I don't feel like you're moving towards those energies anymore. You are now strong. You have gained a lot of strength, and I feel again there's this energy of roaring, of howling. I feel like you've gone through some really heartbreaking, you know, viscerally difficult times. They've been very visceral for you. This could also be a moment of mourning something, or going through a really radical change in your life where you may have filed for bankruptcy. You may have been, you know, been sacked from a job. You may have been, you know, told to demote your position in your line of work, to be demoted. You've been asked to leave in your line of work. I feel like I don't think many people know really what you've been going through, Pile 1, and I feel like you've been going through really terrible times, dire times. I'm hearing dire straits, and I feel like you know, the end of all of this is over. The end of that pain is no longer going to be serving you in your future. I do feel like you are strong enough. I feel like you have the inner strength that many people really admire about you, Pile 1. And we do have Leo energy. We have very strong fire energy here as well. You could also be seeing someone else like this, and this is someone you admire. You may be admiring someone who you've betrayed their trust, and this is someone who you know and realize that this person is incredibly strong, has a lot of willpower, has a very strong presence. Can be quite intimidating as well, has a little bit of a resting bee face, potentially, but I get this energy that this is someone who you have this infinite connection with, and you may feel very connected with this person because you have and hold similar beliefs. I feel like, to be honest, I'm getting the energy of a queen of fire and a king of fire. So I kind of get the energy that both of you are sort of in the limelight somehow. You're incredibly charming. You're very strong-willed. And I don't feel like you're aggressive. I feel like you use your creative abilities, or your presence is very, very strong and very bright, I'm hearing. And we have the 3 of Cups, which can talk about a reconciliation, and maybe you're wanting to be friends first, and until maybe wanting to be friends first before you actually initiate a romantic relationship with this individual. This could also be, you know, just having more fun times with your friends as well. We have patience. So this can talk about you know, tempering your emotions, tempering your fire a little bit, maybe not coming in with too much passion and desire. If this is a romantic relationship that you seek, make sure that you aren't just being manipulative here, that you are actually being honourable and true to your intentions, Pile 1, and that you are being patient with another individual who you have a lot of desire for, have a lot of passion for, but maybe they're just not quite ready to, you know, to have a passionate, intimate connection with you at the moment, because maybe you're having to convince them that you are coming in with honourable intentions. Now, there's one thing here where you can be convincing, but actually genuinely come in with true intentions here. Sagittarius energy here with the Temperance card. Maybe this person has been patiently waiting for your return, and I see here that you're going to have to come in with a strong offer, I'm hearing, because I feel like if you don't, I don't think this person really necessarily needs to be in a relationship, and I feel like this person could just be good on their own without necessarily being in a relationship with you. So I feel like you're going to have to really step it up. And again, there's the energy of biting off more than you can chew here too, where you're needing to kind of like prove yourself and kind of like deal with the consequences of your actions from your past in this connection. And again, we have transformation here. So again, you know, I did speak about transformative times that you're going through, pile one. I do feel like you are going through a transformation. I feel like there are changes. Maybe you've been going through a death cycle, metaphorically. Maybe you've been mourning a time in your life where you're moving into adulthood, for those of you who are teenagers. I also do see, again, we have that phoenix rising, which I did mention here. So we have this phoenix that is kind of rising from the ashes here. I do feel like you've been through very, very, very difficult times, a visceral kind of like howl, like animal pain that you've been expressing in an animal way. I don't know how else to say this other than you've been crying and howling in a way that you've not had done before, and this is part of this transformative time that you're leaving behind and moving into your future on the right direction. Scorpio energy here as well. The past is now in the past, and now I'm hearing you're getting ready for your future. Beautiful energies. And lastly, we have the Four of Fire. So again, we have another Four of Wands energy, which came out in the other deck, where we have this celebration and stabilization and comfort and joy. I'm hearing a homecoming as well. So there could be a homecoming with an individual that you care about, but also this could also be for some of you who've been wanting to move into a new home, wanting to have more stability in your line of work. You are getting that. You're also getting recognition in your line of work. So if you've lost a job or you've moved from one position to the next, however the circumstances, whatever the circumstances were, they were very difficult. I see that for you, but I feel like there's going to be stability now for you. I feel like we're moving into lighter energies as well for you, pile one. And then lastly, let's have a look at the palm book and see what else there is, other messages for pile one. And we have peace. So for you, pile one, we're seeking peace. We're also offering an olive branch to someone who you may have hurt or betrayed. I also feel like you're seeking more peace in your life and less drama, less pain, less manipulation. No manipulation, I'm hearing. I feel like there's also a peaceful resolution for those of you who are dealing with a legal situation, a legal matter. I do feel like there is more peace. There is more rest as well. For those of you who've been like really overworking and just biting more than you can chew at work as well, and your projects. Even emotionally and spiritually, I feel like you've really gone through a washing machine cycle that's been very, very difficult. And I feel like you're now suddenly like finding your balance and your equilibrium after being put through a spin cycle, I'm hearing from spirit. So I do feel like you are going to be finding peace finally after some difficulties. So pole one, yes, you are now on the right path. You are now moving in the right direction. Just please just make a note of these dates for you. Number 14 and the number 13 could also be very significant for you. Number 11 as well could be very significant for you. Number 9 could be very significant for you with the Justice card and the Hermit card. As dates, these could also be significant numbers as well, like phone numbers or car number plates. You know, numbers that you can see that tell you from spirit that you are on the right direction. There'll be number 14, 13, 8, 11 and 9. So they could come up as 1413 8 1109. Okay, so that's all I have for you, pole one. Please make sure to like this video. Otherwise, have a look and listen to part 2 and part 3 if you'd like a private reading to go deeper into your situation and just really hone in on seeing like what you really can do to further improve your life path, then you can book a reading with me. All the information is in the description below. You can just book directly on the website, and I will be happy and honoured to read for you. God bless, take care. Bye for now. Pile 2, for those of you who chose this die with the boat and the colour blue, this could also be significant as a symbol. So let's have a look at your reading about, are you moving in the right direction? Are you on the right direction, on the right path? I actually do feel like you are, pile 2. I feel like you're moving on from something, and I feel like you've gained clarity. I feel like you've gained clarity from a situation, from your past, or just moving forward towards a future that's going to be clearer for you. Let's have a look at the tarot first and see. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at the tarot cards, and if I'm looking up and around, over and outside of the window, I'm looking for signs or scrying from the movement of the birds, insects, etc. So pile 2, we have the 5 of Cups. Wow, so you've been dealing with some sort of disappointment or relationship separation, or an emotional situation that was very disappointing, and you may have wanted to heal it, but it was too late. I'm hearing my right ear is now like stinging, it's really tight. So I get the sense, pile 2, that there was something that maybe someone said to you that was very painful to hear, or maybe you said something that you regret saying, that it was like emotionally painful for the other individual to receive. The recipient of this information was in pain, like was pained by this information. I also get the sense that you knew what you were doing by saying this. There could also be some sort of self-protection here, and self-sabotage as well because of it. So pile 2, I see that here. We do have some challenges and maybe even some conflict or relationship issues of some sort. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, pile 2, I do feel like, you know, you've learned from your lessons and things are going to be changing for you now. I do feel like you're realizing that something here in your life is fated, and you're now embracing your destiny with arms open. I'm hearing you understand that there are cycles in this world, and there was a cycle in a situation, a relationship, an opportunity, I'm hearing, that had to end because it was no longer serving you or was no longer part of your path. Major Arcana here, so there was an important change here for you. I just heard a secret may have been transpired. We have the Queen of Cups here. Okay. We have the World. Let me just pull all of these cards out first. The Ten of Swords. A definitive ending here. A very difficult situation that you've been through, pile 2. And the Seven of Wands. So pile 2, I feel like there were some words that were shared that were very hard to hear. I feel like you've been pouring the energy of love into your own cup. I'm hearing after a time that maybe you were giving to other energies that just didn't deserve your trust, your emotions, your loving kindness. I'm hearing your care and attention, your nurturing abilities, pile 2. And I feel like for you, pile 2, you've had people that have stabbed you in the back, and I feel like you've just been doing you and you've been living your best life, pile 2. So are you in the right direction? I feel like you're moving in the right direction, pile 2. I feel like there has been an ending of people who are untrustworthy. I feel like those people are leaving your life. I don't feel like you're going to be moving in a direction where like you're constantly having to explain yourself to people. You're constantly having to say what you truly mean or what your intentions are to people. I feel like you're moving into a direction, a new cycle of your life with the World card, a new chapter in your life, where people will just get you just for being you. I feel like there has been a lot of deception, and I feel like there are people who, I feel like there are 2 people in particular who regret how they treated you, and they wish that they treated you better. But I feel like for you, you may be energetically putting out or psychically putting out to them that it's too late, and that chapter has closed, that door has closed, and you've thrown that key for that door into the ocean. I feel like you have an oceanic love, pile 2. You are maybe a feminine, or you carry this energy of a lot of compassion, a lot of depth. And I feel like people thought that they had reached your depth, but they hadn't actually really truly understood who you were, pile 2. I'm picking up on strong Pisces energy here, as well as Cancer. And I feel like this person, I feel like this candle has just gone out actually. I feel like this person really regrets how they treated you again, and I feel like this person wished that they treated you better. I feel like there is a change coming for them and a change coming for you. Now, we do have 2 cards here with the Wheel of Fortune and the World card that are telling me that there are things that are fated, and that there are things that come into your life and then things that exit your life. Now, you know, usually when we leave something, we open a space for better and brighter opportunities and blessings to come. So it's kind of an energy of clearing. We also are in the season of spring now in the Northern Hemisphere. So I feel like you've been doing a spring clean recently, and I do feel like there has been an ending here. A painful ending, if anything. I also do feel like there's an ending of you having to defend your belief systems or defend yourself in particular with regard to a project or a creative endeavour. Pile 2. You may have been struggling with your projects, pile 2, and I feel like you've been on the defence. It's kind of like you've had to always be on the defensive, where people may not have necessarily been able to defend your court, I'm hearing. So where were those people when you were in a really difficult situation? Where were those people with empathy and compassion when your tears were being shed and your tears were filling up a huge ocean? You know, where were those people? They weren't there, and that had left you in a lot of pain. Like, you were there for people when they asked for it, or even when they didn't ask for it. You were always there as a shoulder to cry on. But where were they when you needed them the most? They weren't there. And so I feel like, to be honest, I feel like you've blocked a lot of these people, and I do feel like they are friends. I do feel like that they are people who are friends, and I feel like maybe some of them had bad intentions, and I feel like some of them may have been frenemies here. Pile 2. We also have the 7 of Cups here. So for me, this talks about the internet and social media. So I feel like you may be moving away from people, or even blocking people on your socials, who are having to face judgment from you and from spirit for treating you badly. They would have wished that they have treated you better, I'm hearing pile 2. I do feel like you're now moving on to the next cycle of your life, and I do feel like you're moving into a new ocean. This could also be ocean travel with the boat as well, and the Queen of Cups and all the analogies with the ocean and its depths. I feel like you're possibly even moving overseas, but either way, you're kind of leaving a huge chasm or a huge ocean between you and these individuals that had done you dirty, done you wrong, I'm hearing, pile 2. They would have wished they treated you better. I just keep hearing that, pile 2. Because you don't deserve that. No one deserves to be treated badly, but you in particular do not deserve to be hurt in that way. We have the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles underneath the deck. There's also the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here and the Four of Wands. There could have been an individual, this could have even been pile 1, as the person who's coming towards you, pile 2, with the King of Pentacles that came in pile 1. I feel like this person has been burdened and may have chosen another option over you. This could be work or another situation or even another relationship, pile 2. But I feel that may resonate with only a few of you. Now let me have a look at my cheat sheet on my right with the major arcanas and just see if there's anything else I'm missing here. You are moving to a brighter time here. With the World card, I do see successes are coming through for you, so congratulations. I think you've been working really hard towards something. And with the Wheel of Fortune, we have this energy of change is afoot, and it's just a natural part of the life cycle. And it says here, sometimes the best thing you can do is go with the flow. And I feel like it's also go with the flow with the water and the analogy of the ocean and the seas. I feel like you're also going with the flow, but you could also be relocating and moving forward to another situation here. Now, I didn't do this for pile 1, but I'm actually going to be lighting the skull candles for you by Bethany Ray, because I feel like they also want to say something to you, pile 2. Leo and Aqua. So this is Leo, the skull candle, and this one is Aqua, the white candle here. You're definitely gaining knowledge and you're gaining wisdom. I just saw 12:12 on the clock there. So I feel like there is something that you are balancing out. And I do strongly feel there's a Pisces energy. I also just saw 1221 and 1222. Those numbers are going to be very significant for you for the month of April or just moving forward. All of my videos are timeless anyway. If this video resonates with you so far, please do press the like button. It's just free, it's free of charge, and it's just a nice way to show your appreciation. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that very much. Also make sure to comment as well if you feel called to do that. But I see that there's very strong Pisces energy here where you're kind of leaving the energy of illusions and you're kind of waking up that not everyone feels the same way that you do. Not everyone sees the world in the same way that you do. Not everyone kind of, and it's not about dimming your light to fit in. I feel like for you, Pole 2, this is the energy of closures and endings and being a bit more bold and decisive and moving into the energy of Aries in terms of the astrological new year. Pisces is the end of the astrological is the end of the astrological year, and Aries is the beginning of the astrological year. So I feel like you're ending illusions with the Neptunian energy and the Jupiter energy of Pisces. You're actually moving into luck and fortune here. There's going to be greater expansion and success, and I feel like you're no longer enabling people's bad habits. I'm hearing pile 2. I feel like you're actually focusing more on yourself and kind of filling your own cup, because I feel like you've been giving to people that just haven't deserved your love. Now, I actually kind of feel like this is my pile, so this resonates with me. I'm also wearing the colour blue, and I'm also Pisces. So you could be wearing more Pisces, we're wearing more blue, significant of the ocean. It's also the energy of the psychic, the clairvoyant as well, and one who has a lot of depth and insight and intuition. So I feel like you're kind of also you're being more secretive in some ways as well. You're being more private with your personal life, pole 2, but also I feel you're moving in a direction, and yes, you are on the right direction, you are on the right path now. You're moving in a new direction where you no longer have to, like online, for example, you don't have to spill so much information, spill the beans so much. You can be a bit more reserved, pile 2, and I feel like your online presence is also going to be booming. I feel like you're going to be getting a huge glow up, pile 2, online. I feel like you're going to be making it big online. I feel like some of you could be making a lot of money online with the Fortune card and the World card. These are people who may be acting as endorsements, I'm hearing, pile 2, and I feel that there is going to be, I feel like there's going to be a huge financial raise as well. And again, I feel like, there's this energy of people would have wished they treated you better. So have a look at these cards. We have the 3 of Swords. So there's no mistaking you've been through people who have stabbed you in the heart. You know, they've really hit you where it hurts. And you're very emotional people. You're very feeling people. You're really guided by your intuition and your instincts, pile 2. And, these people are going to get their comeuppance, I'm hearing. And it's not like a revenge thing. I feel like these people are just, I have just heard lowlifes. And pile 2, when you're vibrating with this energy and this energy, they're going to wish they treated you better. And their energy is like this. And like this. Their energy is like this too. So, whatever they said to you or whatever they did to you, it came back to them in kind, because that's the nature of karma. Whatever you reap, you shall sow. Whatever you do, whatever action you do, you sow that. And I'm also hearing that there's a lot of chaos around these people, where you bring them calm. Your energy is very calming and very empathetic and compassionate. No surprise with Queen of Cups. But I feel like these people may have strung you along, or may have breadcrumbed you, or may have treated you like an option when you weren't an option. You're not an option, pile 2. And I see that... Oh, my tummy just rumbled there. I see that people have... They've reaped what they have sown. Like, whatever they did to you, however many spiteful, horrible things they said to you in public, online, or even in person, or by phone, text, phone call, email, something like that, it's come back to them tenfold, I'm hearing. That's what Spirit is saying. And they've been going through, nightmarish situations. They've been having a lot of anxiety. They've been having lots of sleepless nights. Pile 2, because they treated you dirty. They should have treated you better when you're all sitting in the Queen of Cups energy. Pile 2, I get the sense that because you're so healing and you're such a natural mother and so caring and stable and always in flow with life, I feel like these people are really finding it difficult to find peace mentally. These people may be suffering mentally, and they may be needing to go to maybe even a clairvoyant or a psychic or even a counsellor, pile 2. And I feel like they've been hiding their emotions from you, pile 2. These people may have been really ambitious, and they may have said really spiteful things to you, and they may have betrayed you one way or another. And I feel like, again, these people are really worried and are having nightmarish situations, whether you've moved on completely and moved into another connection, whether you've moved away, whether you're out of reach, whether you've blocked them. And I see that for some of you, there is someone who is actually one significant person that you may have had a breakup with or a separation with. They're realizing that you were the match to them with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups energy. This is a perfect match. So I see for some of you, you may be having a reconciliation with someone who, chose another option over you. This could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra energy here with this blanket. These are clues here that this is Aquarius energy, this is Gemini here, and this is Libra. So this person has been having sleepless nights because, they've been really worried that you've moved on and you've moved into a new cycle in your life, a new chapter in your life. And because you are so like energetically in touch with the world, so spiritual, and so beautiful and alluring, a bit like a mermaid can be. I feel like, you know, you get a lot of attention. I think this person may be really worried that you've moved on, essentially. And they're wanting to share a message. They're wanting to send you a message and actually take action towards you, I'm hearing. Okay, let's see from the good tarot. So the messages are coming in quite clearly that there is definitely a significant person in your love life who really wants to reconcile. We have the King of Water in another deck, and we have the King of Cups, which is the King of Water. It's the same card in a different deck. So we have someone who is really feeling like they are your match and you would make a wonderful couple. If not, if this does not resonate with you, this person has a lot of deep love and affection for you, and I feel like you're kind of both moving into a new chapter, a new cycle together, where you may have suffered some sort of loss, maybe even financially as well. This has required a lot of patience from your part, and you are naturally very compassionate and empathetic and patient. So this card also came out in pile 1. So I feel like your heart has been healing. You've been waiting, again here with the clock here on your heart. You've been waiting to heal your heart from something, and it takes time to heal, and it requires a lot of patience. The stars could also be significant too. Number 14 could also be significant. It's the Temperance card in the traditional tarot. Sagittarius energy, Pisces, Cancer energy for me as a reader could be significant. Some of you could be dealing with people who have had addictions or some sort of alcoholic addictions as well. We have lots of water energy here. Can talk about lots of drinking. We have the 6 of Earth where there is balance coming in. I do feel like there is a main masculine here with the Stag who is coming in and feeling more stable in their situation, and so they're now coming in to offer you something that is stable. Yes, and we have a Messenger of Earth. So again, the messages are coming in repetitively here now. That they're saying, Spirit is saying that there is a more stable offer coming in for you. This could also be news of childhood as well. There's also something that if there was a significant other in your life, or there is a significant other in your life where there's been a separation because you've been working abroad, or there's been some sort of relationship breakdown somehow, I do feel like this person is wanting to give equally, or give to you what you gave to them. So it's the energy of appreciation, the energy of appreciation, but also the energy of reciprocation too. Faith, trust and kindness I'm hearing. I'm also sensing that this new direction that you are embarking on already is because you've moved on from this feeling that you should be treated worse than you deserve. And actually, I think the fact that you're realizing that you deserve much better, people are also recognizing that too, including your significant other. There's also this energy of someone coming in to offer an apology as well for you, pile 2. This could also be a child, or your child, or someone that's younger than you. And we have the 4 of Earth. So again, there's this energy of stability coming in for you in your line of work, in your relationships. There's more stability, there's more safety as well. You're going to be feeling more safe, safe to love, safe to embark on this new chapter. With the World card, it's not quite the energy of the Fool card, but it's the energy of wisdom and the energy of understanding and appreciation that all of your works and hard efforts have been worth it, because you're now being rewarded and you're getting success, maybe even financial recognition and also accolades at work. But it's the energy also of just maturity and not necessarily having to risk a new start. It's actually more like it's an eventual and natural flow of circumstances, and now you're moving on to the next stage of your life. For some of you, you're wanting to be mothers. For some of you, you're wanting to be parents. Some of you may want to adopt as well. There's also been the energy with the Six of Earth can talk about the division of assets, which can talk about underneath the King of Water, your significant other who may have been in separation from you, may have been dealing with a legal situation, a divorce, where there have been equal assets being divided between them and someone that they were dealing with in their past. And maybe you've been patiently waiting for them to come out of that situation, that marriage, so that they are no longer entangled with that situation. So they can honour you in the way that you deserve, I'm hearing. And we have the Magician. So very strong Gemini energy as well as Libra. Interesting I said Libra, but very strong Gemini energy as well as Virgo. For some readers, this can also speak about Scorpio. Not for me, but I just thought I should mention that too. So we have the energy of someone who's wanting to manifest, someone who's wanting to start something new. Could be a wizard, could do some witchcraft, could do some white magic. Pile 2, it's the energy of someone who has very magical abilities. They are very magical. They are very kind of like one of a kind. This could also be you, pile 2, where you're really creating something very magical in your life. But to be honest, I feel like this is a masculine who is wanting a new start here with a number 1 for the Magician. The Magician comes after the Fool card in the tarot. So we have someone who is wanting to, now that they have everything they have in order, maybe they didn't before, maybe they felt they were lacking, maybe emotionally or financially, whatever it may have been, they felt like they had to match you and your vibration, your frequency, and now they're feeling more ready. So have a look at the crystal ball and see if there are any other messages for you for your new direction, pile 2. I'm seeing a vortex. I'm actually seeing a Taurus, not the Taurus star sign. I'm actually seeing the Taurus where it's kind of like a donut and there's like a hole inside. So I'm actually seeing this kind of tunnel and a vortex. So you had to go through this tunnel, this vortex potentially. I feel like some of you have had to like rebirth yourselves. So I feel like some of you could be going through some sort of spiritual change somehow, or rebirth, pile 2. I'm also seeing this beautiful oak tree, this wonderful huge oak tree, and I feel like this is connected with your ancestry and also your future ancestors to come. So pile 2, this is the energy of you putting roots into something that requires a lot of patience, care and attention and nurturing. And I feel like this is also an expansion of a family as well, pile 2, and legacy, I'm hearing. Is there anything else here that I need to see for pile 2, please, Spirit? That's kind of it really with the crystal ball. I'm hearing make sure that you're drinking, like be careful of your intake with liquids. So make sure that you are drinking lots of water. Make sure that you are also keeping an eye on your drink, keeping an eye on your glass or jar or pint when you're out and about, because there are people that have bad intentions. So always cover your drink and make sure that you are aware of the drink being served in front of your eyes and not away from you. I'm hearing that's a very specific message for some of you. It may not necessarily resonate with all of you. We have very strong Sagittarius energy here. We have very strong Pisces and Cancer energy here, Libra energy, as well as Virgo energy. And then no surprise, we have the 2 of water here underneath that. So deep down, there is someone that loves you. There's someone that really sees you as your match. There's someone who really sees you as, romance and a relationship material, even marriage material here. And I feel like if this person was giving to another situation, they're now giving to you. Okay, we have the 5 of Pentacles underneath that, which also talks about a separation and a painful ending or some sort of loss. There's someone that's been missing you as well. That's kind of all that I have for you, pile 2. Please make sure to press the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. If you like a private reading, you know where to find me. Let's just now end with the palm book, and we have Be Flexible. So the flexibility energy came in through with pile 1, but we have this energy of pole 2. Maybe there is someone who doesn't actually fit your usual type. With the World card, can talk about someone who looks different, speaks in a different language, has a different accent, could be worlds apart from you, racially, culturally, or even at a distance from you. And there's an energy of flexibility and actually being with the flow and not overthinking too much. We also have the color blue as well, which is also going to be very significant for you in this new direction. This is a whole new life change and a whole new cycle for you. So get ready for this change. I don't think it's going to be risky. It's not going to be painful. It's not going to be like hard lessons or like, you know, bad karma. So just enjoy the flow of this change and just be flexible. Just know that you can create so many things out of paper, and paper can also be very durable. Paper can also be quite delicate as well, and I feel like you're quite a delicate being, but you're also quite sturdy and quite flexible. This can also talk about maybe doing some workouts where you're increasing your flexibility and your joint, the liquids in your joints as well, so you're like being more malleable, especially as you're getting older in your plus 40 years. I see that for you. That's also going to be really important. Pile 2, that's all I have for you. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Have a look and listen to pile 1 if it resonates for you, or if it's calling for you, or pile 3. Otherwise, book a reading with me to go deeper into your new direction and what it all entails. You can do that directly on the website. Just book ahead and I will read the energies for you. And I'd be very honoured to do that too. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Pile 3, for those of you who picked the colour red and this ear, then welcome to your reading. Let's have a look and see if you are in the right direction and what that's all about. I feel like you've heard something recently that may have been something not to your taste, I'm hearing. So there's been something that someone has said something that was tasteless, I'm hearing. And wasn't in keeping with their standard or standing in society or in your standing. So maybe you've heard something, maybe this could also be gossip, that you're not really into gossip, you're not into drama, you're not into hearsay, but you may have come across some information recently that you received that you may not have liked very much. Now we're going to start your reading with a 9 of Cups. Straight off the bat, I do see for you, pile 2, you are on the right direction. And I want to say to all of the piles, for those of you who've listened to pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3, congratulations, you're all on the right path. So that's good. And so I feel like there's something here that you've been wishing and desiring, and I feel like you're going to get your wishes fulfilled. This can also talk about a relationship as well. A romantic situation with the Cups energy talks about matters of the heart here. So there's a banquet here. This could also be a wedding feast, people coming around to your home to eat with you. This could also be a summer party, a spring party. I'm also hearing a spring equinox where there's, a festivity relationship wise, maybe a celebration of your relationship one way or another, or a birthday party. I'm seeing that there are people who are coming together in the outdoors potentially as well. The Justice card just came through, so we have a major arcana here, so there is balance now here, and I think things are working out in your favour. If they didn't before, they're definitely working out in your favour here, pile 3. I see that there is this feeling that that whatever goes around comes around, and people around you are aware of that. Okay. We have the Judgment card. I think the Judgment card has come out in all 3 piles. Pile 3. So we have a new start in something that you may have felt was dead and gone, I'm hearing. This may have been the call of St. Michael as well, helping you to release fears or even obstacles that were in your way, pile 3. Queen of Cups came through in the reading for pile 2. So as a signifier, this could also be your energy, pile 2, where you may have listened to all of the piles and you're realizing that all of the piles resonate for you, so thanks. Please do press the like button if this video resonates for you as well, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you're notified when the next reading, when the next video is going to be published as well. So we have Pisces, Cancer energy here, very strong Libra energy here as well, and we have this energy of a new beginning, a new start here. Let's have a look at my cheat sheet with the Judgment card here and just see if there are any other messages that I've been missing out on so far. So the Judgment card is, it's time to consider your next move and where you wish to be. So this can also talk about a location. This can be a location that involves travel over water here, travel by sea, travel by flight, travel to somewhere where you're able to eat outdoors most times of the year. So that would, if you're living in England, that is not possible unless you're wearing, you know, a bomber jacket during the winter months. It can be very cold. Yeah, so I do see that here. We have the Temperance card here. Let me just get all the cards out first. The Emperor. And we also have the Seven of Pentacles. So, for some of you, you're thinking about... Okay, so this is a very specific message, but there are some of you who are thinking about a move abroad because it's going to really help your career. It's actually going to level you up in your career. This could be a very significant career move that is actually going to be a pretty big deal. And I feel like you're wanting to be on top with the Emperor card here. Now the Emperor card is a divine masculine energy, and it's usually the counterpart to the divine feminine. I'm looking at my cheat sheet here, and it says here, now is a time to get organized and to take control. So to be honest, I feel like someone may have said something to you that you heard, like they're not going to be good enough to take on this role. I don't feel like they have the resources to do that. I don't feel like they're able to do this because they don't have enough skill sets or something like that. But I feel like you're actually going to win them over, and I feel like you're going to be really, really successful at this thing. And it's about you taking control and action towards the betterment of your career and your future. This can involve you relocating in particular. I see that a lot of you have been focusing on your finances here with the Seven of Pentacles. You know, this is someone who really works incredibly hard. You're waiting for your harvest as well. With the Seven of Pentacles, you may have gone back to school, you've been mastering a skill set or something like that. You've been very perseverant and you've been developing. You've just been developing and increasing and just getting better and better and better at what you do. So you may have heard on the grapevine that you weren't capable at doing something, but actually you have now the capacities and the capabilities of doing that thing. And I feel like this is regarding work in particular. I do feel like there has been some patience involved here with the Temperance card to develop this skill set and to work hard towards this self-improvement or skill development, you know, because it does take a lot of time here with the Pentacles energies. It takes a lot of time. This could also be 7 months in the making where you've been patiently working and you know, perfecting or attuning your skill sets, going back to school, doing some courses, things like that. I'm looking at the candles here. They're kind of acting quite funny. There's now dripping down onto the table. I'm also able to read the fire pyromancy, so I'm just seeing what other activity is taking place with the candles here. I think you're no longer holding back, I'm hearing, and there are no bars. There are no more bars, there are no more obstacles in your way. So if there were obstacles before, there are no longer any obstacles, I'm hearing. Pile 3. I'm also getting this sense that you're no longer going to be taking in what people say as truth, as gospel. You're actually now more in charge of your life and your career. Some of you could be becoming bosses or in charge of a company, a group of people, a team. A lot of you are incredibly worthy of this opportunity and this position because you've been working really hard. And I feel like you're getting the recognition you deserve and the respect that you deserve, pile 3. For those of you who are inquiring about love, I do feel like you are on the right direction, moving in the right direction. You may have heard that someone actually fancies you and likes you and you like them back. This could be someone who's much older than you, is a very kind of imposing masculine figure. This person could be older than you, or this person could be very masculine in their energy or even in their traits. So they could be quite withdrawn in their emotions, but are actually quite, I don't know, how do I say this? Present in showing how they like you. But this person is very balanced emotionally, spiritually, physically, and psychically. They're also very balanced mentally as well, if that's been an issue in your past with other people where they may have had like mental health issues. This person is mentally stable, or if you know who this person has been seeking counsel, by a counsellor or a psychologist or psychoanalyst as well. I also heard this person has a beautiful speaking voice. This person is very loquacious. They like to speak a lot, but they don't just say anything for its own sake. I get the sense that this person has a way about words, I'm hearing. This person is very, very charming as well. And I feel like they know that you can't just be charmed just for its own sake. But I do feel like they have already captured your soul, I'm hearing, pile 3. I also just heard the song Can't Be Tamed by Miley Cyrus, and I don't know why that's coming through, but maybe this is something that you relate to, that maybe people try to change who you were, one or another, and you're actually quite a wild person. Like, you like to be a little bit sporadic sometimes. Maybe, like, at the forefront, you seem very professional. This could be also someone that you're dealing with or that you fancy equally. You fancy them back, they fancy you, and you heard it over the grapevine, whatever. But I feel like professionally you're very... I hear that you're like beacons in your society, but deep down you're actually quite frivolous and quite energetic and can't be tamed. Like, people can't tame who you really are, and people in your past maybe try to do that, maybe try to change you. And you were on the defensive about this, quite clearly. You weren't going to be taking any of that bull crap, I'm hearing. And underneath that we have the Page of Wands, and I feel like this person has a lot of desire for you and they're wanting to express that desire. They're going to show you and you're going to find out that they actually do fancy you. Pile 3, we have the 3 of Cups and 10 of Swords. I feel like this has come up in all of the readings. So I feel like this there is something here that you're letting go of and you're ending. People that stabbed you in the back, people who tried to come back in with false intentions, people that came in to breadcrumb you, people that came in just with passionate desire and physical affection. And I feel like there is an ending of that. For those of you who have been wanting a reconciliation with someone for quite some time, there are 2 messages here. I feel like some of you may not necessarily get that reconciliation with the person that you want to come through, because you're actually going to be getting something better. The people that were in your life before, let me just get another card, were kind of on the defensive. We have the 9 of Wands again. They weren't willing to self-develop and ameliorate their own circumstances and their life as well. And I feel like there's going to be an ending with those kind of people. I feel like there's a very important masculine coming into your life, masculine energy regardless of gender. A very important masculine energy, a masculine person who's coming into your life that's fast approaching. fast approaching, and there could be a distance between you here where there is travel involved. This person could be also working abroad, and this may also be even a road trip or car travel. There is some sort of distance and time distance between you. And I feel like this person is fast approaching because they're wanting to conquer you, I have to say. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I feel like, you know, the emperor kind of gets what he wants, you know, but I feel like with you, you can't just be tamed. You can't just be like swept off your feet. Although I do feel like this person is wanting to sweep you off your feet. I feel like this person's quite traditional, and I feel like this person's been learning, to be honest, how to flirt and how to be in a relationship and how to romance, because this person's past actions maybe failed because they romanced you or they said the right things before. Whatever it was, it worked for a time, but not for the long term. We have the Six of Pentacles. So this person is wanting to give back to you what you gave to them. This person has been maybe even dividing the assets here with a divorce, potentially. So maybe they were in another situation. They could be a father as well. They could be a parent. You could be a parent too, but it's irrelevant. This person has been maybe going through a divorce procedure, or has been wanting to come forward quickly towards you because they're wanting to tell you that they're going through the legal situation with the Justice card and the Six of Pentacles, this divorce, or they've been filing for a divorce, or they're like almost at the completion of it. Here with the Ten of Swords, completions, and they put you in a three-party situation, maybe even hid you from the world or hid you from their friends, and you felt like that was something that they were ashamed about. It's not. It's because this person wasn't wanting to parade you in front of the whole nation or the world because it wasn't the right time, because this person hadn't closed out a cycle in their life first before. They want to do things correctly, I'm hearing. And with the Five of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, this was really unfortunate, and they have a lot of regrets, and they're wanting to heal this connection here with the Temperance card. They're wanting to heal this connection. They're wanting to heal you as you healed them, I'm hearing. And they're seeing you as a great prize, as a great fortune, I'm hearing as well. Pile 3. So that's kind of it that I'm feeling. Yeah, this person has now a stable offer. This person is really serious about you. They're wanting to come in with something stable for the long term, for the future. So for the long term and not just for the short term. And the Nine of Wands is this person is belligerent. This person is dedicated to making this work for you because they see you as a wish come true with the Nine of Cups. I don't feel like this is kind of quite yet emancipated, like I just heard, but quite yet manifested, I'm hearing, Pile 3. And it's because it's still in the dreamland. It's still something that they're dreaming about, Pile 3. It's not something that is actually physicalized just yet. But this person really wants success with you. They're rushing in really quickly. You don't maybe realize how fast they are approaching. And I feel like they're right behind you, Pile 3. To be honest, I feel like you get the sense though, because you are coming across as the Queen of Cups, which is very psychic naturally. And we have the Seven of Air here. So I do feel like there could have been something here where, you know, you've been met with humiliation, betrayal, or even some partial success. But it wasn't, you know, maybe someone came in with strategy and it was like wanting to get partial success with you, but not full success. So I feel like you were kind of hoodwinked a little bit. I don't feel like there was a stable ground for this relationship to take place. I feel like this is mainly a relationship reading. We have the Messenger of Earth, which came out in Pile 2 as well. So we have a stable offer, a message that's coming in that's going to be very grounding for you, maybe even possibly an apology as well. And we have the Moon card as well. Let me just show you that. And the Nine of Earth. So we have the Moon card here. So this person is releasing fears. You could also be releasing fears as well. And yes, you are in the right direction. You're moving in the right direction. This person is also more attuned to their their guides, their psychic abilities, their spirituality as well. This person has been healing mother issues here with the moon card is very maternal. You're also very maternal, and if you don't have children, they see you as someone who could be a wonderful mother to their children, or stepchildren, a blended family, or even their own child or children as well. With the moon card, there is clarity coming through. If I haven't said that before, they see you very magical. They see that, you know, there is a distance between you here with the moon card, like a planetary distance. And I feel that you are very feminine in your energy, and you're very and they are very masculine. So I am seeing a counterpart energy here with the divine feminine and divine masculine here. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Let's see from the crystal ball and see what else there is. Other information for you, pile 3, if you're in the right direction. So I'm seeing a man with a slightly pointed nose, Caucasian, with short hair, and their profile is looking in that direction here. So this could also be the counterpart to pile 1, where I saw a profile there of a woman. But I see here that this person, I just heard, has their eye on you. This person may also have like elfine ears, like an elf ear, like quite a pointy ear as well. Could be connected to elves somehow, or yeah, the fae. The fae could also be really symbolic as well, pile 3. There's also this message here with the ear, to listen to what they say. Just listen with an open ear and be receptive, which you are with the Queen of Cups energy, to open up your capacities to hearing and listening, and also discernment with what they say as well, pile 3. Like, don't jump to conclusions, like listen to everything they have to say. Like, be open and receptive, and actively listen. Anything else? Pile 3 in the new direction, in the right direction. You are in a new direction as well. Okay, so I'm also seeing a mask here. I'm seeing someone with a hood and someone who's been hiding. I actually feel like this is kind of like not very nice energy. So there could be someone who could be spying on you online or keeping tabs on you online that have bad intentions, but I feel like you're protected, so there's nothing that you need to worry about. But this is confirmation of anything that you've been feeling and sensing as well, pile 3. This could also be this person's soon-to-be ex, or, you know, divorced significant person. Okay, is there anything else? For pile 3? I can't quite see anything else at this time. But if you like a private reading with me, you can book directly on the website, so we can go deeper into your situation and get more clarity with your new direction and what it entails and how you can be ready or more ready for it. So you can book a direct reading with me. If this message already resonates with you, please do press the like button. It really helps me as well, and it's free of charge. So it's a lovely way to show your gratitude. I feel like that's kind of it. Let's just have a look at the palms book. I'm also sensing something on my left, and there's actually nothing here apart from the day bed in the tarot room, the healing room. So I feel like that's also significant, pile 3, because there aren't any coincidences on my channel or in my readings. I feel like you could be sensing something, or someone approaching, or this energy of like you're being looked at or watched. And there's this energy of your ears also, the energy of clairsentience and just like awareness of your spiritual gifts and capacities. I feel like you are protected. There's nothing you need to worry about. But I feel like you could be becoming more and more psychic on your new direction. So pile 3, let's have a look at the palm book and see what else we need to hear for you for your new direction, your next path, your next direction for you. And you are on the right path, so that's good. Cultivate. So we have cultivate here, and cultivate has come through in the other picker piles for the month of April predictions. So you may wish to listen to the picker piles for the monthly predictions as well, to see if some of those cards or all of those cards or one of those cards, one of those piles will resonate for you. There's the energy of cultivating and nurturing, and I feel for you, I feel like a lot of you are going to be having a kind of completely new change in your life, where you could actually be becoming mothers, you could be becoming mums, and I feel like this has been a wish come true. Some of you are also going to get proposals as well, I feel, with the 9 of Cups, and I feel like some of you are going to be trying for a baby, and I feel like there's going to be a sense of calm around the energies for that to take place as well. I feel like where you live or where you'll be moving to, or the right direction, the new direction you're moving to, there's going to be a sense of calm and comfort, I'm hearing, and you're just really going to love where you live is what I'm hearing. And I'm also hearing that your hearing capacities are going to be heightened, they're going to be clearer, so your third ear is going to be even more heightened than usual, so you could be receiving more information from spirit through your ears. So that's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and also listening to the other piles, pile 1 and pile 2, if they've resonated for you too. If you'd like to tip me, you can tip me directly on the website. There are 3 different types of tips, or you can book a private reading with me where we go deeper into your new direction for more clarity. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Bye for now.